What is up everyone, Sean here, and welcome to another episode of Rights and Wrongs, a different kind of reviewing for this channel. Today, I decided to cover Namco Bandai's fighting game entry, Tekken 7, in this format. The game is still getting content and is still relevant, especially in the eyes of the FGC. We definitely have some rights and even wrongs to talk about. So the first thing they got right, the visuals, audio, and soundtracks. The devs upped their game literally with clean graphical fidelity comparing to its previous title Tekken 6. Even back then, Tekken 6 was cool to look at, but Tekken 7 takes it levels higher in visual dynamics. Even the sweat complements the graphic tension during matches. It is also accompanied by a vast soundtrack where not only you get to hear its original soundtrack, you can customize the playlist with previous tracks from all older Tekken games, making it a fun time to choose which track to play for each stage. From recent Tekken games also comes with native languages for many characters. It's nice to see Tekken expressing racial diversity with characters speaking the language of their respective origins. Although I will admit, I do miss Lily's English voice because it brought the charm to her personality. But funny enough, you still get to hear her previous voice when she's actually fighting. Number 2, that's right, gameplay. Tekken 7 has the right balance of ease and difficulty in my opinion. Combos can be very fun to do, and it has appealing super moves, or rage arts as it's called, and as always offers a lot of depth for the pros to dive into as a 3D fighting game, which makes it very fun to watch for its viewers. As a Tekken game, the feel is definitely one of the best in its entire lineup. I remember having so much fun playing this at E3 and the arcade version in Japan, and this console version does not disappoint me in this department. It even offers a new slow-mo feature when both fighters are on their last drop of health and throughout their attack that can potentially be their last, making things much more intense to watch during tournaments.
Great.
Number 3, that's done right, the initial content. As of late, there are a number of big releases that offer very little content during launch and pretty much locked behind DLC. Back onto Tekken, it offers a nice standard number of modes to choose from. You have a story mode, arcade mode, versus, character customization, treasure battles to gather loot and custom parts, online matches, private lobbies, and more. Unlike Street Fighter V, you can collect a lot of fight money when playing most modes. It even has a feature that keeps pro tournaments in mind with its tournament mode, making it a lot faster and smoother for esports purposes. Of course, importantly, you start out with a solid roster of fighters. Let's not forget the fact that Akuma himself has made it into Tekken 7. Although not all lovable faces have not made their return, it is possible they will be, as the veterans will come as free DLC in the future, maybe not all of them, but hopefully a good number of them. Number 4, that's done right, the DLC. While DLC gets a bad rep for other games, this is only going to ice up the Tekken 7 cake, with 2 more guest characters including Geese revealed not too long ago, costumes, modes, and even more. As I said before, all veterans that will return as DLC will be free, so there are no worries about that. Now let's go into the wrongs that come from Tekken 7. Number 1, the overall online experience. While the netcode itself is solid for the most part, other important parts for the online gameplay aren't quite hitting the mark. It takes a long time to find a match, then on top of that, the loading times are pretty lengthy. Private lobbies work decently, but the experience feels slow and sluggish as a whole. Private lobbies only go by the King of the Hill format, which nowadays feels archaic. I wish more and more fighting games follow the Guilty Gear Xrd standards and have a virtual arcade lobby, being able to pick and choose anyone in the lobby and play with them, which would mean you're not spending a whole lot of time waiting for your next match. At least have King of the Hill as an optional online mode. Furthermore, the basic functions in the private lobbies feel sluggish as well. You can't get out of lobbies easily, sometimes confirming to get in your match does not work, you can't access to the lobby menu once people hit confirm, and you can't even access to your own lobby menu once people hit confirm. Perhaps recent patches have some of these problems fixed, private lobbies still feel very beta nonetheless. Number 2 on the wrongs list for Tekken 7 is the lackluster Tekken experience. While Tekken 7 feels one of the best as a Tekken fighting game, the Tekken cinematic endings and the overall presentation personally do not compare to previous Tekken games. Arcade mode does not offer the endings. You have to unlock the mode to play other characters after playing the main story mode of the Mishima saga. Even after that, the cinematic endings feel subpar, especially with a lot of the audio recycled from the in-game audio. I mean, there are a couple of moments where it does feel like a Tekken experience. Honestly, a number of characters look better in-game than they do in their character ending scenes. The story mode itself was overall a disappointment. I was kinda hyped up to see what was going to happen in the story. It had an awkward sense of storytelling and a rushed ending. Now, of course, fighting games aren't known for its story, but even comparing character endings from previous games, Tekken 7 falls short. On top of that, in favor of the slow-mo feature, the classic instant replay feature has been taken out completely. I feel like a piece of Tekken was taken with it. It was such a characteristic you see from Tekken. At least have an option to turn off if anyone wants a faster paced experience, especially while in tournament mode. With all that said, Tekken 7 is still a robust package for a fighting game and is a fun experience worth your money, but it has a few but notable problems. So I hate to do this, but Tekken 7 does get a strong 7 out of 10 from me. But I highly recommend this entry to anyone, hardcore or casual alike, looking into an awesome fighting game. So that'll be it for the rights and wrongs of Tekken 7. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you have any comments about Tekken 7 or your own rights and wrongs, leave it down below and I'd love to check them out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when these videos come out. If you have any suggestions for future games for me to cover or other things for the rights and wrongs, leave it down below and I definitely would love to check them out. This has been the rights and wrongs of Tekken 7. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Sean out.